Namaste, Haribo, Tapasananda Das here with Yoga Kirtan Hawai'i. On today's tune, we're using just a couple of really simple chords, as usual. We're using a G, a C, an E minor, and a D. And I call this one Tapas 1. So, the tune goes like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So on this, we're going back and forth, G and C for the Hare Krishnas, and then we transfer it to an E minor chord, and then we're doing the D. Now on this tune, you can use, your normal G chord that you're probably familiar with, like this. I call it the three-fingered G. And you go back and forth to a G and a C, right? But what you can also do is to make it, if you look at your wrist when you're doing this, it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then you're going to an E minor, you're changing your wrist position again, and then to a D. Well, instead of that, you can try this. It's a little bit more efficient. So you keep your two fingers, your third and your fourth finger, down on the B string and the high E string. Your second finger goes on the third fret of the low E string, and your first finger, right there, goes on the second fret of the A string. Now it sounds like this, rather than big difference. Okay? Now, the real joy of this is that you don't have to move switch your wrist around when you're going to a C chord, because what you're going to do is you're going to keep your third and fourth finger down on that B and E string, and all you're going to do is move these two fingers, and you're going to push them down, basically move them down one set of strings. So your second finger goes to the second fret of the A string, your first finger is going to go to the second fret of the D string. Now it sounds like this for your C chord, rather than. So if you just look at my wrist, it's stationary, and all it's doing is moving those first two fingers back and forth. You're going from a G to a C. Okay, so now what happens is we need to go to the E minor chord before we go to the D. So on the regular three-fingered chord, you're going to take your C chord and you're going to kind of, move your hand and your wrist to get that E minor. So you're going to go like this. So my wrist is changing position a little bit. Okay? But if you're going from this G to this C, now all you have to do is you're going to keep your first two fingers down on those first two strings like you did before, and all you're going to do is take your first finger and put it back up onto the A string at the second fret, and move your second finger to the second fret of the D string. So it's like this. So C to E minor, then you're going to go to a D chord, and you're just going to pick up your pinky and do a regular D chord. So what it's going to sound like is this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Here's another thing about that. When you're using 2 different types of, or even 3 different types of fingerings like that for the chords, that gives you a little break, because if you're doing kirtan for 20 minutes, a half an hour, 2 hours, and you're doing the same positions back and forth, yeah, your hand can get pretty tired and kind of cramp up a bit. But if possibly, like, if you're doing the 3-finger chord and then E minor and the D, after a while, you know, your hand is kind of like freaking out. So now you can switch to the 4-finger. And that gives your muscles a little bit of a break, you know, a little bit change of motion and position. So it kind of eases up everything. And then, you know, after a while, you know, you may start feeling the same kind of cramping. Then you go back to the 3-fingered style. And it even changes the sound a little bit. So that, you know, provides a little bit of difference in the actual chanting of the melody, of the chords rather. So let's get back to it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, namaste. Thanks for coming. See you again, same time, same place, here on Yoga Kirtan Hawaii. Namaste.